All right. Thank you for joining our webinar, Escalating Labor Efficiency and Productivity with Connected Factory Solutions. My name is Jason Savage, and I'm the Implementation Manager here at DATAMYTE. I'll be your moderator today. We've got some great information to cover on the connected factory and ways that you can leverage it to benefit your organization. Okay, let's get started. We are DATAMYTE, an industry recognized expert in the connected factory with over 50 years of innovative solutions for both production and quality. We've serviced some of the world's most prominent brands and gained some hard won experience that we would like to share with you today. We have 11 locations worldwide and an extensive network of distributors. Our high level of customer service has enabled us to create client relationships that span for decades. Settle in and we'll share some of what we've learned. And let us know at any point if you would like more information on a topic that we cover today. Joining me in this presentation are Melissa Andrade, our marketing director, and John Ryan, one of our regional sales managers here at DATAMYTE. Please note that you are muted during this presentation, but we absolutely want to hear from you. We will also circulate a replay of this webinar after it finishes, so don't worry about missing anything. You'll receive a link in your inbox so that you can view it at your convenience. We're glad that you're here. Later in the webinar, you'll have the opportunity to respond to a few polls, and you can submit questions at any time through the GoToWebinar panel. Our content experts are monitoring the chat and ready to respond. We will try to take as many questions as possible, but if we are not able to answer your question, a solution expert will reach out to you within 24 hours. On the screen, you'll see our agenda slide with a brief outline of our journey through this topic. No matter where you are in your journey of data collection, you'll find this webinar helpful to get you to the next step. I think that we can all agree that in today's world, technology plays a huge role, and it promises to play an even bigger role in years to come. The organizations who adapted the connected factory technologies early in the game have seen huge benefits and outpaced the companies who did not. So, what is a connected factory? A connected factory is a manufacturing facility that uses digital technology to allow the seamless sharing of information between sensors, machines, and people. One of the basic components of a connected factory is a total reorganization of the approach to production, using existing tools and placing a greater reliance on networks and open communication. The goal is to create a more connected and flexible model of organizing factory operations, including increased collaboration, improved reaction time, and the incorporation of a continuous improvement process. Today, we would like to dive deeper into this concept and present its many tangible benefits, along with a few of our unique solutions. In days past, companies had dedicated IT employees on the production floor to program the more complicated machines that they might have had. However, in today's world, anyone who has a smartphone can operate the connected factory technologies being utilized in the workplace. Often, even the most technically challenged person will agree that it's much easier to use a device or system to collect data than to write it down and then sort through reams of paper to try and find the data that they need. Not only are connected factory technologies welcome in the workplace by employees, but as younger applicants begin to fill the positions, these technologies will be expected. The companies with the well-connected factory systems in place will be the ones who are able to attract the more desirable talent. When the internet was made public in the early 90s, it enabled information to be shared instantaneously. It connected the world and fostered innovation in every field. Breakthroughs that were said to be decades away happened in a matter of just a few years. The connected factory operates in much the same way. It offers real-time collaboration within the production process, as well as cross-departmental visibility. It consolidates and connects your entire organization, enabling you to transform your factory operations. It also gives your employees a feeling of confidence, empowering them to perform more efficiently and in a better state of mind. Another mostly overlooked advantage of the connected factory is the retention of learned experiences. Veteran employees continually update workflows with their knowledge, allowing new hires to leverage that knowledge from day one. In a connected factory, nothing is lost. Therefore, so much more is gained. We discussed the gains realized by the early adopters of the connected factory technologies. Other companies have taken notice and want to see those gains for themselves. However, that isn't the only thing driving this trend. The rate of change in manufacturing technologies and processes is outdating the ability to train employees. Also, the United States is facing a skill shortage that has never been seen in our manufacturing industry. When you have difficulty finding qualified employees, then making the employees you have more efficient becomes even more imperative. In today's world, staying on top is harder than it has ever been for manufacturers. With so many pressing issues, being able to diagnose problems more quickly and identify their root causes more accurately is a must. There's no better way to do that than through a connected factory. Manufacturers who utilize connected factory technology see, on average, an almost 20% reduction in operational costs and greater efficiencies. These efficiencies ultimately contribute to greater profits. That is why 86% of manufacturers believe that connected factories will be the main driver of manufacturing competitiveness in 5 years. Almost as many manufacturers believe that these technologies will transform the way products are made in that same time frame. As a matter of fact, it's not too strong of a statement to make that a company who does not leverage connected factory technologies in at least some capacity will not experience growth in the coming years. Per a Deloitte study, they highlighted 5 key concepts to build a successful connected factory implementation. The first is rapid decision making. Deloitte emphasizes the importance of having live metrics and tools to support the effective and rapid decision making. Data visibility and transparency also encourage collaboration across work areas. Another key characteristic is proactive, and this touches on early identification of supplier quality issues. Having measures in place to address when they arise, such as escalation management. Next is agile, which includes configurable factory layouts and equipment and agile product change implementations to see their impact in real time. Fourth is connected, which encourages cross-department collaboration and the elimination of data silos. Lastly is optimize, which includes increased asset uptime, minimizing the cost of quality and production, and reliable and predictive production capacity. Okay, at this time, we would like to do a quick poll to get some feedback on your connected factory goals. Please take a few seconds to vote, and we will be back on live afterwards. How much does your team plan to invest in connected factory or IIoT technologies over the next year? Please choose one. We have a few seconds before we close the poll. Okay, let's discuss the results. All right, so it appears that a lot of you are unsure. However, many people here today plan on spending at least something on connected factory technologies. And it looks like the largest percentage within the $100,000 to $200,000 range. That's pretty interesting. Thanks so much for participating in the poll. And now I would like to turn the presentation over to Melissa Andrade.
Thank you for the great overview of the connected factory, Jason. And thank you to all the attendees today who took the time out of their busy day to join us. At this time, I'd like to turn our attention to the benefits of the connected movement. Most of the core benefits include a boost in productivity. Later in the presentation, I'll walk you through a client use case where we were able to reduce production issues by 88%. With connected systems and processes, there is a more rapid issue identification, resolution, and implementation. Enhanced insights are another benefit that can drive improvement and the speed at which action is taken. Finally, connected systems also provide enhanced machine performance predictability, which can help avoid costly machine downtime by up to 30%. Before diving deeper into the benefit of workplace enhancement, I must first touch on the staggering skills gap that exists in the manufacturing sector. A Deloitte study highlights the great disparity in workforce skills over a 10-year period. They estimate that 53 out of every 100 open manufacturing jobs will remain unfilled due to this skills shortage. This disparity is also fueled by upcoming retirements as well as new job growth. It's definitely an issue that we will continue to face as an industry, and the pandemic has only made skill shortage more of an issue. So now let's look at how the connected factory can mediate this skills gap through technology. Nowadays, younger workers expect that they can incorporate technologies such as phones and tablets to help them do their jobs. There's a need for immediate access to information, which is becoming more of an expectation than a nice to have. Connected technologies fill this expectation by providing instant access to training, workflows, and work instructions that can reinforce process consistency and precision, as well as provide instructions to help keep the production line up and running in the event a machine goes down. There's also a great sense of accountability. The workers feel empowered by the data to take immediate action. Supervisors love the ability to hold their workers accountable for the work and have the visibility when inspections or workflows are not performed. Says the Chief Learning Officer at GE, if you want something to happen, you have to make people able, and you have to make them want to. The greatest asset of any company is its people and keeping them happy and empowered with connected technologies, and this will continue to be important for years to come. The benefit of increased collaboration is an important theme in Connected Factory. A McKinsey study indicates that incorporating digital collaboration into process workflows generates many benefits, some of which we've already reviewed, such as rapid decision-making, quick access to knowledge, and real-time updates and reporting. They also highlight that some processes in a company have a higher potential for effective collaboration, and these top three areas are maintenance, root cause investigation, and product development. Lastly, let's examine the benefit of insights and confidence. With greater access to knowledge and real-time insights, the connected worker is empowered to act with agility and speed to address issues. Real-time access to data through reporting enables timely decisions by addressing issues when they occur, not the end of a shift or the end of a day. Digital technology can also assist in managing an escalations process that increases visibility by having built-in triggers for out-of-spec or reoccurring issues. This communication will continue to escalate up a designated chain of command or according to a predetermined workflow to ensure that issues receive the proper attention and that corrective action is taken. And this process does not need to be complicated or pass through multiple layers. It can be simple. On this slide, operators initiate the process by following workflows and inputting data into devices. If a predetermined issue is detected, it gets escalated to a designated team member and a corrective action workflow is initiated. Through reporting dashboards and alerts and notification, the team can rapidly identify issues and provide swift corrective action. We can't talk benefits of connected factory without touching on the productivity benefits. We've already explored the increased labor efficiency around more efficient and rapid training, the ability to attract and retain workers, and digital technologies to empower workers to solve issues on the spot. There are also added benefits of improved service levels and customer satisfaction. Reduced cost of quality, including scrap rate, rework, and warranty costs. And lastly, connected factory initiatives can be a source of revenue generation and growth for the company. At this time, I'd like to walk you through a use case from one of our global clients. The situation they faced at the time included slow response to issues and a lack of accountability to review and apply corrective action. This was causing our client to miss errors and unknowingly ship faulty product to their customers and ultimately increasing liabilities and rework costs. Additionally, extensive time and resources were consumed as a result of manually chasing root cause, which only compounded the problem. Understanding the challenge that the client faced and applying a number of solutions, DATAMYTE worked with the client to implement a solution for providing clear visibility and accountability to address the issues and determine root cause. This was supported by enabling alarms and notifications to quickly address defects in real time, reporting that provided clear visibility and accountability to address root cause, and escalations to deliver dashboards to identify problem audit routes, shifts, and products. In the colorful graphic in the upper right, in the report, you will quickly see at a glance which processes have errors, those in red, which ones are in conformance, those in dark green, and the light green shows previous problem areas that have been corrected. You can imagine how effective this report is when monitored routinely. Overall, the solutions improve the speed at which issues are detected and resolved. The outcome of this implementation was quite impressive. After 12 months, the client tracked an 88% reduction in production issues, with 57% of these reductions occurring in the first 3 months. DATAMYTE's line of innovative solutions is transforming our clients' operations in many areas and enabling powerful connected factory implementation to further their digital transformation journey. At this time, I will turn the presentation back to Jason for another poll.
Thank you, Melissa. That was great and very informative. Our next poll question is, what are the main objectives of your connectivity initiatives? And on this one, please choose as many as apply to you. We'll take a few more seconds to complete it. Okay, now let's take a look at the results. All right. It looks like we had quite a few people interested in connecting their data sources and also eliminating paper and escalating issues, as well as improving visibility. All great things and things that we'll discuss as the presentation continues. Now, I would like to turn the presentation over to John Ryan for an exciting review into Digital Clipboard.
Thank you, Jason, and thank you everyone for taking the time to join us today to learn more about DATAMYTE and how we can help solve challenges to boost your company's productivity. Our solutions can help address many challenges. In talking to our clients, we find that they face similar situations. Overall, they are tasked with having the right data at the right time or in real time for making timely decisions. They are also concerned about labor efficiency, including training and keeping workers. Additionally, they are challenged by ways to quickly identify defects, escalate issues, and rapidly assign corrective actions. These corrective actions help to consistently refine their processes, which promote growth and profitability. DATAMYTE's strength is in its reporting capabilities around data collection, from full reporting capabilities in SPC to online accessible reports and integration with Power BI. We can help develop dashboards that will allow you to analyze data to make important and timely decisions to drive productivity and build efficiency for your business. DATAMYTE's digital clipboard is our newest work platform for production and quality processes. This connected factory tool aims to remove paper from your process and create flexible checklists to manage workflows across your organization. A solution that takes literally days to implement. It runs on tablets, phones, PCs, or a Revolution data collector, which can also integrate with enhanced gauging operations such as torque or other sensors and gauges. With Digital Clipboard's reporting capability, you will discover issues in real time and improve overall process visibility. Over the course of our 50 years in business, we've gained invaluable expertise across many industries, including automotive, aerospace, defense, food and beverage, medical device, pharma, consumer products, and more. The benefit of this vast experience is that we've gained great insight around the most effective ways to compile, correlate, and share data in reports and dashboards. And this experience is passed along to you. Tracking trends and process improvement is easy when utilizing these powerful reporting formats. Digital Clipboard can help in many areas, including problem visibility and the reduction of defects and errors. Most importantly, the solution helps identify issues and communicate them through enhanced reporting and escalation. These escalations are managed through action-based workflows to remedy the issue and improve the process. This unique solution promises rapid results and a quick ROI. And we can get you up and running in a few days, not months. Moving on, this slide shows a sampling of some of the workflows that Digital Clipboard can handle in the areas of production and operations, quality audits and inspections, supply chain, logistics, safety, and maintenance. We currently have several hundred workflows ready to be picked up and put into use. Let us know what type of processes you have, and we can get you started very quickly, either by simply digitizing your checklists or leveraging a workflow from our library. We have a global client that started with 20 workflows and very quickly expanded to over 400 to cover many processes and products. I'd like to show you how easy it is to build a workflow with this no-code drag and drop form builder. By simply dragging the widgets to build the form, you can fully customize the workflow and data collection sequence. From barcode capture and custom drop-down choices to uploading photos and collecting signature sign-offs, the options are endless. You can create workflows for anywhere in your organization where you have a checklist. Once published, your workflow is available to designated team members. And this workflow can be altered quickly and pushed out again to be utilized immediately. The benefit of on the factory floor implementation is that it empowers your team to make changes on the fly and see immediate results. Whereas in the past, it might have taken days or a third-party vendor to implement the changes. Digital Clipboard is proven to quickly have a big impact on labor efficiency on many fronts. The solution's ability to immediately identify issues in the moment of data capture and alert the worker to an issue is invaluable. Digital Clipboard will also escalate issues through an action-based workflow, which we will take a deeper look into shortly. The end result of these qualities, you can catch the issue now versus end of a shift, end of the day, or even the next morning, which in most cases is too late and the product has continued to be produced or even moved on to the next stage. Digital Clipboard provides superior data traceability and tracks all inputs. When an issue arises, the worker or an assigned team member is alerted, and corrective action can be taken on the spot. The solution's reporting capabilities improve process visibility and communicate accurate data. From this, analysis is performed through dashboards to compare daily, monthly, or annual trends. Looking more closely at identifying and escalating issues, the workflow guides the operator to make on-the-spot decisions when an error or out-of-spec issue occurs. Note on the far right, the workflow shows the diameter inspection yielded a 36, which appears in red, indicating that this measurement was not in conformance to the integrated inspection plan. A photo can also be uploaded and annotated to note any additional defects. Moving on to recommending and tracking corrective actions. Digital Clipboard uses our Escalate capability to assign work to team members when certain conditions arise. For example, in this graphic, you can see that the operator collects the data, and if no defect is detected, his work is complete. If a defect is detected, a task is assigned to a team member to fix the issue. Once completed, the automated workflow forwards this data to a supervisor who validates that the task was completed, and the supervisor approves the work. If not approved, a task can be automatically created to reassign the work. To summarize, Digital Clipboard has proven to be a very innovative, quick-to-implement connected factory solution. It can help connect processes and work areas to improve communication and increase visibility to drive tremendous productivity gains, such as the example of our global client that reduced production issues by 88% over 12 months. Impressive results. As we learned, Digital Clipboard can immediately identify, track, and escalate issues in the moments they occur. The beauty of real-time data is that it drives real results from the ability to take quick actions to address issues. We also explored how tools like Digital Clipboard serve an important role in companies' digital transformation journeys. By closing the skills gap and shortening up the training and learning curves for workers and retaining valuable knowledge from veteran workers. All of this adds up to increased productivity, growth, and profits. The discussion about speedy results and rapid implementation has been a theme throughout our presentation. We have a specialized team ready and waiting to support your changeover from paper forms and checklists to digital workflows. Our team can get you started in as little as 2 weeks. We're currently extending a special offer. In addition to up to 8 hours of free consulting to get you up and running, you can take advantage of a promotional rate of $39 per license per user for 6 months. Also, we are so confident that your team will see rapid results and value from Digital Clipboard that we will offer you a money-back guarantee if you do not see appreciable results within 6 months. Contact us for more information or reach out for a free demo on our website. Now I would like to turn the presentation back to Jason for Q&A.
Thank you, John. That sounds like an amazing offer to get started on Digital Clipboard. Now we'll open up the Q&A session and address any questions that you may have for our solutions expert. Today, addressing questions, we have Fernando Graff and Trevor Mitchell. Take it away, guys.
Thank you, Jason. So the first question that came up here on the chat, and there is just for everybody to know, there is a chat window on the GoToWebinar box at the right of your computer that you can enter and type your questions, and we take as many as we can today. But let's get started. The first one that came up is we run multiple parts, 50 or more on a daily basis. Is the DATAMYTE platform set up to work with multiple parts, or is it better suited for consistent part lineup?
So, hello everybody, Trevor Mitchell here. I would say digital clipboard is very flexible. We have clients picking from lists of thousands of parts via search part number. They can have the option to scan a barcode and part description, or even a combination of searches. That's no problem.
All right, another question. How do we monitor data accuracy? We don't want to make decisions based on wrong, bad data. How would the system deal with inconsistency, missing data, like garbage in, garbage out? Trevor?
Well, one of the big advantages of digital clipboard is that it helps with that specifically. One thing John had mentioned was there can be data integrity checks in the workflow that can notify a failed response if a measurement's out of tolerance, as well as the scanning of barcodes, picking from a choice list, selecting yes, no buttons, and ranges can be set up for data validations to drive that. All of that drives data quality.
I think another question was, does digital clipboard support offline mode? Like, for example, offline is if you don't have internet access or Wi-Fi access.
Yes, it does. So if you can collect data in offline mode, and whenever you reconnect the device back to the internet, it will batch upload all of the information that was collected.
And we also support the idea of running within a company's data center, like within a company firewall, if you don't want to go to the internet. So you can, like we have a customer right now that works with, that they want to keep the data private. For their IT, it's very important. They're a defense company. So we can do that as well. Just keeps within your internal internet or data center. Another questions, are there multiple languages available?
Yes, you can enable multiple languages, and so there would be an option to toggle which language is presented when it for the workflow. So all of the data would be going to one place, and whoever's using it, if they prefer one language or another, you can select a default language and then give them the option to change the language.
Another question, can I control myself the change to the workflow, or do I need to ask DATAMYTE to help make the changes?
So as one of the slides that John showed was the workflow builder, the majority of the capability in digital clipboard is drag and drop, very low code, no code, easy to manage oneself. When it comes to specialized or customized reporting, we can offer more capable. Sorry, I'm losing track of mine. If it comes to very complex processes or complex reporting, we have services that we can customize that for you, but the majority of digital clipboard is very easily managed by the customer.
Yeah, so you make the changes yourself on the fly. It's very easy to use, very flexible. It's drag and drop. Thank you, Trevor. Can digital clipboard alert the operator if an out of control condition occurs, even if the dimension is in tolerance? Yes, you can. So there are different ways to accomplish that. We can do on the app displays and alerts that shows, for example, that a green light or a red light, that the control condition occurred, but it's still within tolerance. There are ways for you to put tolerance ranges, like for example, temperature, dimensions, any kind of numerical value for you to see, and then provide a range of intolerance or outside tolerance. Another question, is there a capability to showcase a supplier scorecard? So I'm working with a supplier scorecard. I'm working on a client right now that is actually using digital clipboard to have suppliers input shipment information. So they want to collect, for example, when the supplier will ship a product. Another example is collect the quality of the inbound receipt of from a logistics perspective. So definitely we can create several workflows depending what's needed to measure logistics or supplier performance, and then have a scorecard, a dashboard created to display the data. Absolutely, that's a use case that we're working on as we speak. Another question here very quickly. Can digital clipboard interface to other systems like ERP, production systems?
Yes, it can. Digital clipboard has APIs, programmable interfaces, where we can send and pull data from already existing systems that our clients are using.
Following on another question here, this comes from Michael. If a part fails test in a process step, can the system prevent the part from going to the next step? The answer is yes. Through workflows and tasks and Escalate, we can configure what happens as a next step. So for example, you have an initial workflow that you collect the data and you say that there is a defect here. You could decide what the next task is. The next task, for example, could be to go to a supervisor or a maintenance person or anybody that you want to check on what is causing the problem with that particular process step. One example that we see is companies wanting to send, after you go to finance, for example, in automotive, or after they see that there is a problem in the product, you can even send it to maintenance to have someone come and check the machine to see if the machine needs to be calibrated or corrected because it consistently causes a problem. So the answer is yes, we can have a flexible workflow to decide what to do with the process step that failed. The other question is, can I set up SPC charts for a process step? So depending on what you need specifically, we have plenty of SPC related reports and solutions within our toolkits. So absolutely, SPC is something that we're very familiar with, and we have the whole range of statistical processes and reporting available through our solutions that we offer for both quality and production. Let me see, next question. How does the licensing model works? So the licenses model is whether we offer digital clipboard as a cloud or on-premise installation. You can use the system directly via internet connecting to our cloud, or you can install within your data center if IT prefers that. And the licenses is very simple. All you have to pay for is for the users, the named users that use the system. We may have some installation, implementation, or consulting services, additional services that you may request. But from a licensing perspective, it's per named user. That's about it. Another question from Christoph. All data are stored in a database. Could we use it Power BI in order to create our own dashboards?
Hi, Christoph. Yes, yes on the first question or statement. It is stored in the database. It's either stored on cloud, or we do have the option if you would like to store your information on premise, if that's a IT requirement. And in that case, yes, we can interface or use Power BI to show dashboards for the data that's collected on Digital Clipboard.
Raman, you started a question, but I only see hi Raman here. If you have more information that you could type, please, we can answer your question in a minute. Let's see another question. Can I use Digital Clipboard for food manufacturing hygiene audits? Yes, food is one of the key processes and industries that we have been very successful with. We have things like sensory analysis, as well as hygiene audits. And we have examples, workflows that we can use from our library, or we can digitize via workflow any other checklists that you may have already. Let's see another question here from Bob Gannon. Can the license be applied to work center that is used for both first and second shift operator? Will this count as one license? So right now, our license is per name user. So typically we set up in a way that you can share the device, whether it's the iPad or the phone or the computer that you use, but the license will be by named person, by user of the application. So because the reason for do that is twofold. Digital Clipboard, because of the digitalization of the factory, allows us to create better accountability. So we want to know who is the operator that is inputting the data, so we can drive efficiencies and accountability to make sure that the person was there at the right time, performed the right operation, didn't have any problems, maybe requires further training, and many other different metrics that we can gain from having the person identified as the inputter of the information. The other reason is for escalations. If we have a named user, we have an email associated with that, so we can drive the real-time escalations and corrective action to drive error reductions and avoid that the problems grow instead of waiting at the end of the shift or next day to do the analysis to improve quality. We can now, in real time, address problems by this design model.
And if I may step in too, Fernando, it's also important for auditing purposes for many of the certifications that the exact user be named for auditing purposes as well.
So Bob, if your concern is cost, let's discuss that offline. But there are many benefits to identify a person as a user of the system from a business value proposition. We can work with you if you have other reasons for trying to put a work center instead of a per person. Can you manage programs and documents to include version history and updates within the system?
Yes, you can. So when you create a new workflow, once you publish it, that version is frozen in time, and you can submit data for that. But if you want to make any changes to that version, you have to create a new version. So you can always go back to the original one and then build on it as well.
I'm reading a question here from Blake Jacobs. Our plant struggles with real-time headcount management using our AOD timekeeping system. Is your system compatible with AOD timekeeping system? Does your system have the ability to check in real time the total number of heads in the plant and report total head count by area as assigned in AOD? This is a very interesting use case, Blake. I think we can definitely work with you to define this, because the system is very flexible to connect to other systems via APIs and interfaces. And we have an example of workflows that we created that really drive that the operator is at the right work area at the right time and started operating in the appropriate shift. So there is all kinds of use cases and benefits that we can generate from these particular questions that you asked that I can see. We'll be definitely interested in working with you to explore this. Let's see, another question. We have contract manufacturing partners. Can we set up a license seat in our contract partner? Absolutely. Whether it is contract manufacturing. So one of the examples that I gave you earlier for our contract manufacturing was the use case of the supplier. We have, because the system is, he's using the cloud solution. So he has suppliers that we set up from China with their own users and their own email addresses submitting on the workflow the status of the shipments. So we definitely support that. Under your license, we'll set up an agreement that you can set up your own contract manufacturers or support staff from third parties if you have an outsourced service from an IT perspective or contractors helping you out with your processes. That's not a problem, Michael. Another question is, can this system pull info from different PLCs, and would all analog gauges need to be updated to digital?
I would say we would have to see what data is coming from the PLCs. Digital Clipboard is more geared towards attribute data and collecting from individual employees, versus we have other, I think Fernando had said we have other tools that DATAMYTE offers that is more geared towards variable data coming off of gauges and machines. And so we would definitely have a solution for you, but whether or not Digital Clipboard would be the best one for reading information on a PLC would have to be investigated.
Yeah, but in general, the connected factory that DATAMYTE provides does have interfaces with PLCs, and we have a lot of experience with metrology devices and gauges, Scott. So do connect with us, please, and we can help you with that. We're experts in this type of area in the processes. Absolutely. And we have a device called the Revolution device that you may want to look into it, because it's excellent for mobilizing the plant and connecting with gauges. Do you have an API for Slack? We have APIs available for multiple systems. I don't remember on top of my head if Slack was one, but it's very easy for us to develop an API if we have a requirement for that, Michael. We can work on that. Does the cloud meet the NIST 800 cybersecurity requirements necessary for defense contractors? That question came from Bob. We did do a full cybersecurity review of our system, and it passed. I'm not familiar if we got NIST 800 specifically certified, but another thing that our defense clients are asking is they're asking to do their on-premise installation as well. So that definitely supports, because you can put on your own data center and secure it. But Bob, let's talk some more, and we can definitely go through that process of meeting the certification if you want to use the cloud version. But remember that we also can give you the software for you to install on your own private cloud or your own infrastructure as well as another option. So if you have additional questions, please use the questions box on the GoToWebinar chat window. I think we answered all questions so far. And as you can see on the screen here, we have the DATAMYTE.com website where you can click on several links to reach out to us. You can request a demo. You can also call us at 855-271-2713, and we have experts available to connect with you and continue to answer your questions. And I would recommend that we follow up with demos, and you could send us your current paper checklists or Excel or Word documents checklists, and our team can create digitized versions of workflows for them, and we can really show you how it looks like and do a live demo and do you can actually use it with tablets and phones to play with it. It's been quite a success so far, and then we're so excited about this new product that we're offering, this 6-month money back guaranteed, because we know we're gonna deliver value to you. Any other questions? Give it another minute. I'm not getting any more questions from the participants. So I think, again, go to datamyte.com if you have further questions. Call us at 855-271-2713. And we got some very good questions today. I appreciate that. Back to you, Jason.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much. We're ecstatic at the participation we've gotten today. As mentioned earlier, a replay will be sent out after the webinar via email, and there's certainly much more to be said about the Connected Factory and Digital Clipboard. If you're interested in hearing more, please use one of the contact methods that Fernando pointed out to contact our content experts. And we'll be happy to elaborate on either subject, the Connected Factory or Digital Clipboard. We hope that you choose our solution, but if not, like I said, we're still happy to speak with you. So again, thank you for the participation today. We really appreciate it, and we hope to hear from you soon. And that will conclude our webinar today. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and thank you so much.